Hello everyone. Today we are going to create a pattern leaf resist painting. To start with, you need to get your supplies ready. So you need your colored crayons and a black crayon. You'll need a cup of water and then your paintbrush and paint set, your watercolor paint set. So when we get started, we're going to be drawing first and using our black crayon until we get to step number 6. So in our first step, we're going to make a long diagonal line. It almost goes to the corners, not quite, but most of the way. And you do want to press a little bit hard so you get a nice dark line. In our second step, we're going to draw 4 veins on one side of the diagonal line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the third step, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the next step, we're going to draw the edge of the leaf. And we're going to basically be going around each of the veins without touching them. So we're going to go up around this vein and then curve in and then curve out and in and out and in and out and around the top and in and out. Curve in, curve out, curve in, curve out, curve in, curve out, and then back around. You'll notice I left this piece here. That's for the stem of my leaf. Now in the 5th step, I'm actually going to go back now and connect each of the veins, which is the lines that we made in the 2nd and the 3rd step, to the edge, all the way to the edge. That way each part of the leaf is a different space. Now, after you've done that, you're going to be switching to your colored crayons because in the 6th step, we need our colored crayons. Your challenge in this step is to create a different line pattern in each section of the leaf. So you want to use different colors, and you also want to use different types of lines. So I might start with just a nice straight line in orange down here, and then switch colors and maybe use purple and make wavy lines in this section. And then I'm going to switch colors again. Maybe I'll grab a green color, and in this one I am going to do swirls. So I'm making each section different. All right, now maybe I'll do bumpy lines. I'm going to do them this way. Now you could use the same line more than once, but change the direction of it. So I could do bumpy lines again, but maybe pick a different color and then maybe do it this way instead, so that it's not exactly the same. All right, I've got a few more left here. I'm gonna use this other orange I have and I can also do straight lines, but do them 2 directions. This makes like a checkerboard pattern. I haven't done a zigzag line yet, so I am going to do a zigzag line up here. And I am pressing kind of hard, not so hard I'm going to break my crayons, but the more crayon you have on here, the better it's going to work when we paint over it. So it does help to press a little bit hard, but you don't want to break your crayons. In this one, I think I'm going to do a loopy line. I've got just a couple of places left that are pretty small. So I think down here, I'm going to do a broken line. And then in the top, I think maybe I'll do a dotted line. Now, once I have all my lines inside for the patterns, and I feel like I want another swirl there, then I'm going to use my colored crayons again, but this time I'm going to do something outside of the leaf. In this example here, you can see I've followed the shape of the leaf to create the lines outside of it. I could also draw lines coming out around it in more like a star or a sun sort of pattern where they shoot out from the leaf. So it's up to you to decide what kind of lines you want to do in the background. Maybe your background is full of swirls or waves. It could be really windy looking that way if you did a bunch of wavy lines or swirls. So I'm using one color right now, just using the green. Can I use more than one color? Absolutely. I could even do a color pattern and do maybe a blue line between each green line outside the leaf. So that's up to you to decide what kind of line you're going to use and what kind of colors you're going to use outside the leaf. Once that's done, then you are ready to switch to paint. So we are going to be painting with colors that are not the same as the crayon colors in each space. So when I'm painting, I'm going to do the inside of the leaf first. Always make sure I start with a wet brush, hold it like a pencil, and then when I choose a color for this orange section here, I do not want it to be orange because then the lines aren't going to show up. So I'm going to do something other than orange. So I'm going to take a little green paint gently with the brush. You don't need to dig at that paint. And then very carefully with just the tip of the brush, I'm going to put the paint in that space. And the crayon is resisting the paint. That means it's pushing it off. So the crayon actually pops back out. If your crayon doesn't pop back out, it probably means that you're not using the right amount of water. We have to be careful with our water. We don't want our brush to be completely loaded up with water, but we also don't want to forget water because water helps clean our brush and it helps make the paint work. So I always swirl my brush in the bottom of my cup and then gently wipe it on the edge or shake it out so I don't have too much. All right, for the purple section, I'm going to use orange. So just 5 or 6 swirls with the brush. Should be plenty of paint. We don't want too much. And then be very careful. Make sure you spread your paint out real good. We don't want big puddles because then it'll get all mixed up. And I'm just being real gentle with the brush, just using the tip. I never want to press it down so hard that it splits. If it does that, that means I'm pressing too hard. All right, so now I'm going to clean my brush again and pick a new color for my green swirls. So now I'm going to use blue. I'm going to keep going until all the sections are filled. So this may take me a minute or two. And I just want to try my very best not to leave a lot of white spots. So if I see a white spot, I go back and I fill it up. Now green and blue are kind of close as far as color goes. So the green didn't show up as well because my blue and my green are a little bit too close in color. I could fix that if I want to. I could go back and add some purple in there. And when I do that, now I can start to see the green better. So that is possible. Just don't mix your paints on your paint tray. Try to mix them on your paper if you need to. All right. When I get all of my colors done inside my leaf, my very last step is going to be to paint outside the leaf. So let's pretend all of these are painted in different colors. So now I would switch to the outside of the leaf, and you can use just one color if you want, or you can do a whole bunch of different colors. You can go around the leaf like this and kind of create different colors around it, or just paint different spots, different colors. But your challenge is to try and paint the whole outside of the leaf too. All right, so I hope you have fun. I look forward to seeing your work.